It's Thursday. It's 8 o'clock, and you've got your speakers on, haven't you?
Have I?
Yeah, I was getting a bit of reverb there. It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detective Show with him, Mr. Adrian Gaylor, and me, Dave. There you go. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Dave. Nice hat you got, Dave.
You too,
It's
Pop. Very nice.
It's holographic, isn't it?
It is. It's like goes weirdly weird. I really miss my weekend. Sorry, mate from work just saying he misses me because he left.
How's your bottom?
My bottom. I had a wee accident in work on Monday, and I forced a local earthquake when I hit the floor and ended up in hospital for a few hours. But yes, I'm bearing up. I don't think I'll be able to detect as such for a couple of weeks, though. Bit tender.
Oh dear. Do you want to show us? Or you did send me a picture.
Yeah. No. Best not. Kids' bike outside.
My wife saw me looking at it and went, "What are you looking at?" And I went, "It's Dave's bottom." She went, "Why is he sending you pictures of his bottom?" And I said,
"Because I can."
Yeah, but that was a bad injury at work, Dave. I hope it all heals up all right, mate.
I'm sure it will. I did actually get another bonus out of it today. Shane Holcroft, Staffordshire searcher, turned up at my door at 6 o'clock and hand delivered a cake that his wife had made for me. Zang! I like cake. I can't say the swear words. It's not nice before 9 o'clock. But Watershed. Watershed? Can you even spell K-Wood? I don't think you can. What's water? Sad.
He's been drinking again.
Has he?
He's on the tramadol and alcohol, I think.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. Gives you wings.
That's true.
Anyway, are you well?
You won't believe what happened to me this week. Not a lot.
Bated breath here and waiting.
Not a lot. But went out to Texas last weekend. It was lovely. It's nice at the moment near me because the farmer's breaking down the stubble and there's some lovely fields we've got. So me and my mate went out. I took the rooters out. Out this weekend.
Yes, you showed me pictures of your finds.
Yeah, I found a hammered, like I do, fortunately, nearly every time I go out, but that's just where we live.
That's called detecting snobbery, and I'd rather you
No. And what else did I find? I found some nice stuff, actually, but I can't remember what the hell it was. Sixpence, again. I've found 16 sixpences in the last couple of years. Keep finding sixpences. And what gets me is where I find them. It's considering they're like 10 or whatever to 50s. I found a 1939 one literally in the middle of a field, and it must have been from where they burnt something or waste or green waste or whatever years ago. But you find it, and it's like a mile away from the nearest road, and you think, but then it could have fallen out of Farmer's pocket. But it's all nice finds.
I went out this weekend, didn't I? Yes, I did. A little story as well. So I'm detecting away with me Xterra 705, and I'm finding multiple bits of aluminium, thinking it's just like, farm rubbish, tin cans, throwing them in bag. And the more I went on, I thought, there's a lot of this, and it shouldn't really be like this. There's not much else going on. And then Shane said to me, I've had a load of rivets. And my mate had a load of rivets off that field over there. So I thought to myself, Now, I'm an aircraft fitter by trade. And I put two and two together, and I thought, well, I wonder what them rivets look like. So he gave them over, and I was able to identify them as something that would probably get on an aircraft. And that's Luke just messages inbox. Our guest tonight's disappeared for a moment, hoping he's get a better connection, and he'll be back shortly because he was behind the scenes. So, Luke, can you just give us a private chat, or Laura? Hello, just to know. I'll go in there actually, keep an eye out. So anyway, I put two and two together, came over with 73 and done a bit of an investigation online straight away and find out we were either in the field or in the next field that was a World War I airfield.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And told the farmer my thoughts, and he went away and told his wife, and she went off for a walk with Doris, the next door neighbour, who said, well, my dad, who died about 10 years before at the age of 93, lived in that farm over there, and he remembers a plane coming down in World War I, which fits into the timescale and the potential of the flight path of where debris might have come down. So very interesting. That's very, very interesting. the more I've read into the airfield and whatnot, it's become even more interesting. Luke, as soon as the guest tonight is back with us, just bring him straight on, if you will, and we'll crack on talking about my bottom. About aircrafts and metal detecting and such like. Until then, hold on, nothing is yet.
Your Xterra, Dave. How did you find it? Your Mine Lab Xterra.
Do you know it was bemusing because obviously I've not used that weight for quite some time. It's heavier than other machines, and I had a Mars Goliath coil on to start with because of the it was on flat pasture basically. So I thought use that to get it going. And I was getting stuff, lots of stuff on, incidentally, the aluminium and such like. And then I thought to myself, right, I'm going to change over because there's some ridge and furrow as well within the area. So we went in that. I thought I'll throw the Sniper coil in. I think it's a Mars Sniper. Threw that on, and it was obviously superiorly lighter. And then next week, I am getting more or less the standard coil. I've got that highlighted and paid for when my wage goes in my bank. Because obviously, I've been researching coils and the size, what they do, and the different frequencies of what they do. Because I've not using different coils in the past. I've not had need to in my mind. So now I've looked into them. It's quite surprising what things actually do.
Yeah, it's nice being able to sorry, COVID. Get an aftermarket coil for a machine because it can it's almost like getting the car reconditioned with a better engine sometimes. You can bring life back into an old machine. And I know Digger Dawn has
I was just about to say exactly the same. We had it on the show a couple of months ago, and she spoke very highly of the different size coils that she's. Oh, here he is. Oh. Hi, Chris.
Mate, I had a bit of a failure with the old phone.
And not only was he with us, he's not lagging now as well.
Can't get that right.
Nice wallpaper.
There he is. Lovely wallpaper.
Mm.
So, Chris, I'll ask you to introduce yourself to the audience, and then obviously we'll be able to gauge if we can hear you properly as well.
Okay. Right. My name's Chris Langston. I feel like I'm some. I am the metal detecting holidays on Slanting One.
Do you have any earphones at all that you could use hands-free? You're a bit muffled.
I haven't. Is that better if I speak a bit louder?
Yes, it is if you speak a bit louder. Do you know, I was looking on the back wall and I thought, were they actually like shrunken heads? But then I realised the hats.
I thought that.
Yeah, the shrunken heads of previous guests.
Right, sorry, Chris. Can you reintroduce yourself? That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, my name's Chris Langston, and I'm the tour guide at Metal Detecting Holidays, and based in Shropshire.
Marvellous. So, which came first then, Chris? Did the hobby come first to you, as in the metal detecting, being involved in metal detecting, or did the thought of doing the holidays come first, or was it just a generic route?
Well, I've been detecting for about 8 years, there or thereabouts. My mates were bugging me to start detecting, so I started detecting. And then about 4 years later, I thought of metal detecting holidays.
Fantastic.
So,
and obviously we've discussed it here in the past. We've had you on the podcast version in the past, and basically it's the site that you live on generally, isn't it? That's basic area where you live. Yeah,
in Shropshire. The holidays are based in the Shropshire area.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We won't go into where. People obviously would rather hear about my arse story than the location itself, but we saw that.
No, I don't know that. Chris, you obviously, how did you find it when you first? Because there must be quite a lot of organisation. You know, someone flies pretty much halfway around the world and expects a great metal detecting holiday.
Adrian, you're doing Norman Collier.
Am I?
Every time you speak, you get electrical interference. Oh, Chris,
hang on. What's this? Hang on.
Top deck.
Top deck. Top drink.
That's better. Now I can't hear a word.
Oh, now you're on mute.
Yeah.
It says you've got a little mute thing next to your name. So at the bottom of the page, the little screen where it says leave studio. Right.
What about now? What about now? Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you, and you're not as tinny, yes.
Right. I don't know what's causing that. Sorry, Chris. The first event you organised, how did you find it? Did it go well, or did you have problems, or did you learn from the first event?
As you can imagine, it's a constant learning. It's constantly evolving. Dealing with different people is always going to be different every time you do a tour. As with everything else, but no, not any problems. It was my first tour was with the Garrett team. So we had Aquachiga, Jocelyn, not KG, Ringy, and Carlotta, and that was only a 4-day one to start with. And that went really well, went really smooth. Picked up a lot of tips and advice from the pros, obviously. And it went really well. We've had a couple of challenging moments. Obviously, you fly all that distance and you're not finding stuff because, you have to look for it and you have to get used to it. You know what it's like. You've got to walk over it. And so that can be a little bit challenging, but they do in total around about 100 hours, small groups of around about 4 or 5 people. They do about 100 hours over 10 days. So that's 10 hours a day in the field, which is about UK's detectorists 3-4 months, combined, condensed, and you always find something. Not everybody goes home with the holy grail, which is a hammered coin, which is always, I'm not all about the coins myself, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, so it's all in all, it's been very good.
And do you detect at the same time, or do you just sort of chaperone them round?
I try to detect, and if anyone's struggling, I'll help them out with a signal. If obviously I won't dig anything of my own, if someone else is struggling, and I'll say, "Come and try this." You know how you do with your mate in the field. It's very, because the groups are so small. It's very personal, experience. You're never too far away from anybody. So I try and detect in the field with them. Does it happen? Not really. I always enjoy going detecting. My best highlight is when they've gone. I like to go detecting.
We're talking about predominantly it was Americans who originally came over, but you have people from all over the world.
Yeah, we've had guys come from Australia, New Zealand, Finland. There was one guy from Germany. We've had guys from Canada. We haven't had any French or German. So it's always been the only place in Europe has been Finland, I guess, and quite a few UK guests. Because I can do a 1-to-1 over a weekend, and people like to learn their machines and have come over for the weekend detecting with me before they go to a rally, if you like. So,
oh yeah.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that sketch with Ronnie Barker, Ronnie Corbett, and John Cleese? I am considerably bigger than him. That one.
Yeah.
I'm more important. It's like the three of us here by the height size thing, isn't it? Ronnie Corbett on the end here.
Yeah.
Better than
sorry.
You first, Larling.
How do people find out about you, Chris? You got a website, or do you rely on Facebook or Instagram? How do people or word of mouth?
Yeah, I haven't done a tour since November 2019 because I've not been well. But we've got a website which is currently on hold because we don't want to take any bookings until I'm better. And obviously with COVID, no one can come into the country. Everyone's got to isolate. We've got to quarantine either side. At the moment, realistically, I don't think, with my fingers crossed, I get a lot better with, because I've got a poorly lung. But we won't be getting guests till about 2023, I reckon, because COVID and myself, I don't want to get ill, and I can't give them value for money. So,
well, the best thing about this hobby is, at the end of the day, Chris, that whatever's in the ground remains in the ground. It will be there in 2023. If you don't get it done till 2027, it'll still be there then. It's not like fishing where you're not going to get a bite. Everything's still going to be there.
Yeah. That's a really good point, because that's what I'm always saying to people about, it's not gone. And with the fields, people are very scared about coming on the land because other detectorists have been on there. But like the 1,500 acres to go at, and think so far we've had 50 people on 1,500 acres.
Wow. So have you got a waiting list?
No, we're constantly getting inquiries. Obviously, we can't give a definite when we're going to start, but we are sort of, like I say, we are getting inquiries all the time. The inquiries, some weird ones and some genuine ones, but.
I think I'll be getting some weird inquiries after the bottom incident. Well, that's a different matter.
Bottom and
Adrian wants to. He mentioned Instagram. He wants to speak to you a little bit more about Instagram later, because he sees it goes all metal detecting porn over your Instagram, and I get that quite often. I really do. So he'll want to speak to you a little bit more about that later. But I asked Chris. I thought it'd be interesting to get a few testimonials from people who've actually been over and taken part in Chris's tours. So he sent me a few of them. One of them I'm not 100% sure. I want to play it, but it's telling me I haven't got the right codec. Adrian, what's that mean? And I have to buy
you got VLC player?
Yes, I have.
Open
no,
it
I
with
haven't.
that.
Right, okay. I'll sort that out while we're off air. But Luke, if you could run the first video, and this not so much a testimonial, but some nice words about Chris, I think. Luke, Laura, roll VT.
Nudge.
VT. Roll VT. I'm not putting my Digger Dawn wig on again. I'm not doing it. Roll VT.
Dawn's in the chat. He's always making butties. What's that mean, Chris? Well,
Chris, I like butties. I also like cake. I also like lemon drizzle cake, but we'll leave that there.
I prefer butty over a cake. Well, we're not going to see the testimonial. It's obviously been withdrawn through copyright infringement or something, Dave, or bottom incidents.
But obviously, I've seen you. I've met up with you twice this year at Detectival and Detecticon. So you are getting back out again now. How's that been for you with your current ailment? Lung.
Yeah. It's just everything's on a reduced rate. I can't do as much. It's just a bit of a pain in the side, really. I get a lot of pain I can't breathe as well. I'm in a lot of pain when I dig. So I just have to take things a lot easier. So I'm kind of reduced to like an hour with lots of breaks, or a couple of hours, lots of breaks, and just taking it a lot easier because the strain on me is quite bad. So, but yeah, I'm still getting out, still finding some cool stuff. So it's all right.
Based on your wallpaper, Chris, you use a C-scope machine?
I use a simplex.
No, I was joking. Great big Garrett. What have you got an array of machines? And when people come and visit you, do you have spare machines to give them?
Yes, as you can see behind me, I love Garrett machines. I've always had Garrett machines, and it's just a thing that's fallen into place. I like the machines, so I use them. There are spare machines. I've got here an AT Pro, an AT Max, which I use. I've got an Apex a little tiny apex for my son. I shall show you in a minute. And yeah, and to use a 300i.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah. And that's predominantly your American customers. Do you find that's their most common machine?
Look at that little. I can't really see, but it's tiny. It's my son. It's only about 3 foot high.
Oh,
yeah.
No, it's a very light machine, the Apex.
Yeah.
I've not had the pleasure of that one yet.
It's one of the most ergonomically comfortable detectors I've held in the past few years, and it's a lovely big screen with big numbers. So I found it a pleasure to use. I had a few issues. I had the one of the first ones out. I had a few problems with the coil and stuff, but once that was rectified and out of the way, I'm looking forward to them producing the Apex Pro. Not that they've said they're going to do it, but I think if they made it entirely waterproof, it'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it is shout. It's like the 300s, isn't it? As long as you don't start dunking it in the sea or the river, you're fine with those things. So you can get like a weatherproof cover for them. But I like it. But I love my Max. I was all about the Pro, but I love the Max big time.
Well, I've got two friends who've been detecting for years who've recently just gone out and repurchased AT Pros, which is, a sign that they're still a good machine, and they still like them.
I mean, the way I sort of made a comparison to the AT Max and the AT Pro is that the AT Pro is like a refined gentleman and sort of real type, whereas the Max is like an angry teenager.
Yeah. It's funny actually looking at the case on the Pro. I can just imagine a white bow tie at the top because of the way the case curves. It's almost like a waistcoat. So maybe someone should do that. Put a little bow tie. Yeah, I like that analogy. That's good.
I have absolutely no idea what you're going on about now.
We're talking about industrial hoovers, Dave.
I know them. Yeah, I know them.
So, yeah. So, do you get many people come over who? Oh, this is an awkward one because they might be watching. Who aren't that skilled using detectors? Should I say?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of guys from the States called KG and Ringy that they struggle. So.
Just struggle keeping like the excitement levels down?
No, just generally.
The most important thing is: do you take them all to a British pub?
Yes, we do. And on a serious note, there's people of all skill levels that come over, and people when they come to the UK, as you would be in any other country, when you get there, you're going to be like a novice for a while. So you have to sort of like try and bed everyone in. And yes, they all usually come to ye old Englishy pub. And don't take
on a more serious note, as you live in the Midlands, more or less, which beer is the best, north or south?
Ooh. I don't know. I kind of like.
What? I think that's some sort of floor polish. It's a floor polish or something.
Piss. Where's your little slice of lemon?
I don't think you've seen that before, Dave, have you? Webster's don't do that.
A lemon in the top.
Yeah, there you go.
A feather in the top.
There's me little lemon.
Luke or Laura, are you with me yet? I might have to put myself on mute and ring up and see if everything's all right, because I know Luke said today that they were having internet issues in Eastbourne. They dug up the road. That was me, Peppa Pig's impression there. So I'm just going to probably give them a quick ring and see if everything's all righty. So chat amongst yourselves.
Thanks.
Oh, I better
Chris,
put on mute.
Just one question. When people come from other countries, and let's say they've been running a program that they've used where in their country, which has worked well for them for years, when they come in the UK, I don't know what your soil's like. Is it a bit clayey, loamy, chalky, flinty? Do they notice a massive difference and have to adjust their machines much?
What's he doing? He's putting me off here.
It's a chat line. He always says he's phoning Laura and Luke, but it's a chat line. I use, as you know, I use a Garrett. They're out the box, nice, simple settings. I run everything myself in punishment mode, some call it, which is I just leave everything wide open, and so I listen for absolutely everything. Drive some people nuts. It works for me. So I try and get them to. Everyone talks about. I use the hot program, and I use, I don't know, bizarre word programs, and so and so's program. I just go with what you know, and I've kind of got a few mates who have different few detectors and advice from other people. So there's MindLab users I know that I can ask, what programs can you give this guy some tips. So I kind of generally reach out to other people that are good in the field. Dr. Tones is always good to reach out to.
You can reach out to Adrian because he's the foremost metal detecting testing expert in the Europe.
Yeah, move on. Yeah.
I think Luke is having issues. He's had to reboot the system, so hopefully he'll be able to play the video right about now.
Well, I first met Chris at Detectival in 2018. Oh, blimey, 3 years. That's a long time, that. Well, it feels a long time. I've known him, actually. So he was arranging metal detecting holidays, and I tagged along, and it used to turn up at the days that he was doing. He makes a very nice sandwich, I've got to say that. Now, one of the things that I've noticed with Chris since I've got more friendly with him is that he doesn't know the basics of metal detecting with Digger Dawn. And the first problem he's got is crisps. He's got no idea about bringing me the right flavour crisps.
And that just nasty crisp buys me salt and plate. And that nasty crisp just gets plain.
And I turned up at the Spring Detectival this year, and he brought me the worst flavour in the world, plain.
Having a crisp break. Chris has brought very plain crisps. He's not up to Kev's standard at all.
I mean, who brings anybody plain crisp? Come on, Chris. They were disgusting, and Kev brings me prawn all the time. I told him that, and he, and he even seemed a little bit upset when I pulled my face and said, what are them? Now, the next thing I've taught Chris is how to use the Garrett AT pinpointer. Now, I know he's had a Garrett, he's a Garrett guy like I am, and he's been using the pinpointer for quite a long time. However, he's not been using it properly.
No, you've got to we can't hear it, it's wireless.
All right, so what do you want me to do? Make it
when you hear it buzz, go buzz. God, don't you watch any of my videos, Chris? Buzz. That's it. Buzz. That's it, so the viewers can join in the experience.
So he's got a little bit better, the next time I saw him, he had to go on his own.
What did you say it was?
55.
55, and he's desperate to catch up with me, because if he don't find anything better than me today, it'll be 3-0 to Dawn. See, you remember, don't you? See, you're like somebody that remembers. You've learned that well.
Without me telling him, which shows that he listens and learns, which is good. So next time, I'm going to have to show him how to actually find anything, because when I go out with him, I find hammered coins, and he just finds a couple of musket balls.
He's gone in the lead with 2 musket balls, so it's 2 balls to 1.
Oh, it's not silver. It's a grenade case. And my star find, I think, has probably got to be the splatted musket ball.
Oh, you like splatted musket balls, don't you?
You do like a splatted musket ball.
Yeah, button. Still not better than anything yet.
Now, I've also done some other things with Chris, because he's quite a fun guy. And one day he invited me to go bottle digging with him. So I went down, he said, it'll be nice. So it was a hot sunny day, I put some shorts on, and the place he took me to was full of flies. It was knee deep in nettles.
I've got more blood running down my leg now. I've got a bit of blood from there. And I've got a bit of a sting there. Ow. Oh.
And the place he made me stand, I fell down a rabbit hole and cut all my leg and got blood down my leg.
Did it then? Look. And my foot fell down a rabbit hole.
And I was a bit fearful about going again after that with him. I think he did that on purpose, actually, because he was trying to get me back for the disappointment over the plain crisps. You know, he better bring me some better ones next time, because if he doesn't, I might have to just fall out with him.
Christopher, have you learned your crisp lesson yet?
I have.
Do you
Unfortunately,
know that where she panned round at the Detecticon to show the crisps? I saw a piece of cake there, I'm sure. It might have even been my piece of cake.
Yeah. I would have words with her. She does it to me all the time. She's a bully.
It's great. It's great when you find that relationship with somebody in the hobby that you can feel as comfortable as you both do with each other. Yeah,
she's a legend. We have such a laugh, and it is just what you guys see on film is absolutely nothing what she's like. She's a demon.
Well, she was very drunk at Spring Detectable Day, wasn't she? Hanging around the toilets, drinking.
Drinking the hand sanitizer.
Yeah, absolutely out of it.
She kept on putting her.
I don't think Dawn's ever been drunk in her life.
No.
I don't get people.
Well, listen, I'm going to interject now because we've got a prize draw. Now, this was only passed over today. I knew about it, but I didn't realise it was getting drawn until today. So I'll read the bump out, and hopefully Luke will be listening, so he'll be able to share the page. Share the screen. Find the screen. Luke, I'm sharing the screen.
This is exciting. All new, Dave.
Sharing the screen. Sharing the screen. Luke, share the screen. Yep, I'm sharing the screen. So, Just Detect have had a recent Facebook competition draw where you become a member, you post a find, like and share on Facebook. So this is the draw. There's 36 entrants for this prize draw. The winner will be getting a detectable ticket with camping. Second prize, a composite cleaning pencil kit. And third prize, Just Detect merch. Also next week, there'll be another brand new prize draw, which features on the Just Detect app. Head over to the app, press the present icon, top right, and you can enter a draw for next week's prizes are a Simplex, an XP pinpointer, composite cleaning pencil kit, and Just Detect merch. And the draw is now live in app and free to enter to all UK members of Just Detect. So
and it's free, Dave. Totally free.
It's free.
Wow.
So I have the honour of rolling this first Just Detect prize draw. As you can see, with a little Union Jack, it's for UK entrants. So here we go. Oh, it's scrolling through the names, and the winner of the first prize is...
Oh, I like the way
it's jumping around. It's tricking me.
Oh,
the winner
Kevin
of the
Black.
detectable ticket with camping is Kevin Black. Now, I presume I press the roll button again. Oh,
I like this.
Oh. So this is for the composite cleaning pencil kit.
Lots of blacks.
And the winner is, I think, Vincent Wilkinson.
Oh.
So I press roll again. All of these people will be contacted via the app as well to tell them what's what. So the final prize, which is Just Detect merchandise. We're going to have to do a guess the name here, aren't we? It's Discovery.
Oh, I like that name.
Well, that's a nice one. So the draw is complete. Winner of the detectable ticket with camping is Kevin Black. Second prize is a composite cleaning pencil kit. and third prize is Just Detect merchandise. So if you head over to, let me just read again. If you just head over to the Just Detect app, sign up if you want to, obviously, to be a part of these draws. Click on the present icon on the top right, and you can enter the draw for next week. Prizes are a Simplex, XP pinpointer, composite cleaning pencil kit, and Just Detect merch. So thank you to Scott and the team of Just Detect for asking us to do their first prize draw tonight. And as I say, get yourselves on over there to enter it for next week.
That went well, Dave. And all three. That's some good prizes in there. You've got to be mental not to enter.
They look nice crisps. Chris, what flavour are they?
Oh, thanks for asking, Dave. I think they are ham and English mustard.
Oh, that sounds delightful. Nice bit of prickle on your tongue.
Yeah, got a load of plain ones at the back for Dawn next time he sees her.
It's just,
that is a bit low. That is a bit below the belt, though. Just what is it, black pepper or sea salt? It's not.
We seem to have somebody, a Gmail user, talking absolute claptrappery in the comments as well about proving an unsolved theory mathematically makes the solving person the real copyright owner, not the person who was the first one to generate the unsolved theory, whoever he may be. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
That's a bot.
No idea what they're on about.
Someone's account's been hacked or something. That's a bot putting all that waffle in there. Is it not in the chat?
Absolutely no idea. They're there in the chat. They said there are some unsolved integration problems in maths which are a mystery to be solved, yet by mathematicians all around the world. There's also lots and lots and lots of unsolved mysteries about my anus as well, but we won't go there tonight.
Why don't you go and do something better? Or like, why don't you used to say, turn off television set, go and do something that's boring instead and sitting at home
watching TV, turn it off.
Turn it off, it ain't no good to me. Oh, dear.
Not Adrian, you're Adrian. Chris, bottle digging fascinates me. My brother and the bloke over the road, they were potholders, so used to do Gaping Gill and all the massive things in a lot of places in North Wales. And they used to bring a hell of a lot of old bottles home. So it's something that's always fascinated me greatly. There's a couple of people I know, obviously. Name's gone. No, name's gone. I know one about him, but there's a chap who I'm friends with on Facebook whose names elude me, goes bottle digging all the time. He's having some absolutely astounding things up. But again, the site that yourself and Dawn have been visiting, is that part of this 1,500 acres?
No, this is just a little permission that I managed to get, and it was really strange. It's right by I won't say where it is. It's just on the outskirts of where I live, and there's a little enclosed sort of like forest area jutting out into the field, detected up to the fence, and I thought, oh bloody hell! I could see like what looked like loads of white field mushrooms, bit in the woods. And I was thinking that's a bit odd because they should be in the field. I looked over, and it was a plate, a GWR plate, and then a cup. So I was looking around. It must be about the size of a football pitch, 2 acres, but in like a rectangle of this like old Victorian tip. So I say Victorian because there's lots of Victorian on the top. Sorry,
Chris. I'm going to have to stop you in a moment. Luke, could you block Lord is King, please? Making racist comments in the chat room. So if you would be so kind as to block him from commenting, and also Gmail user if you can, if your system's working. If not, whoever you are, you're an arsehole. Sorry, Chris, carry on.
Twat.
There you go. What he said. Yeah. So yes. It threw me that. So there's lots of weird things, but lots of stuff. I've got these that because that's a full marmalade jar, which is a nice one. But yes, just started digging through and finding loads of stuff. Found some full clay pipes. That's a poison bottle. Wow. Nice. Loads of apothecary bottles, clay pipes, mother of pearl buttons that have been cut, out of shells and bits and pieces like that. It's great. But yeah, it's really weird. If you can, what's so bizarre about the dump is that because it's Victorian, there is and Edwardian, there's no plastic, so it's just really rich black soil and soles of shoes and bottles and anything that wouldn't decompose. So it's really bizarre not to see plastic everywhere. I don't know why I'm doing that with my hands, but that's plastic.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Chris. I've near me. I've got a couple of bottle dumps, and it's on a par with detecting. It's a lot easier, and obviously you don't have a detector. But I've got some fantastic bottles and jars that I've found over the years. The ones with the marbles in, the bottles with the marbles in, and I found a bottle of Tizer, which must date back to the. I didn't realise it was that old. Oh, that's nice. I want to go and get mine. I could go and get mine, but I found this bottle of Tizer, and it still had the cork top in, and it still had some Tizer in it. And
Yeah.
I shouldn't say this really, but I actually put a bit on my finger when I opened it and tasted it, and it did taste. It's probably been in the ground for like 60, 70 years. It could have killed me, but it did have a hint of Tizer and a bit of mould and stuff.
You've never
like that.
seen the Mummy. You've never seen the Mummy.
Yeah, I have actually.
Like
yes,
because you've got to end up bringing back some.
I'm fine though. But yeah, bottle dumps. You're right. There's lots of them around. I mean, the ones near me, you can tell. Like you say, there's always mushrooms or stinging nettles. Loads of stinging nettles, and a good time of the year is to go in autumn. But I love bottle dumps. Absolutely love them. Like you say, there's no plastic in there. And it was bad in the day dumping all that rubbish, but at least it's sort of helping drainage as opposed to causing.
It's also saved history as well, because them bottles have been kept in a storeroom somewhere.
Yeah, there's literally thousands of Bovril bottles of all different shapes and sizes that have, someone had been in there before a while back. You could see you could see where they'd mined a couple of places out. And but they'd left all of the little apothecary bottles and all the Bovril bottles and all the marmalade things and all the like miniature saucepans, like out of doll's house crockery.
I tell you what got me. You're right. The amount of Marmite that was eaten in those times, because it overpowers every other bottle I found. Marmite everywhere.
Yeah, and a load of the lemonade bottles as well, which was the Eiffel Tower lemonade powder bottles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
I'm dead young. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, it's interesting what they're saying in the chat. Gareth Howard, Tizer is labelled as the Great British Pop, so must have some age to the company. Yeah, it must. I'll sit and research that with my.
Do you know what? I drink often. I drink lots and lots of Earn Brew. All the time, drinking it today, and I was sitting at work and I was thinking, I'm sure there was another pop, and I can't remember what it was called, and it was Tizer.
Yeah, where's Tizer? Can you still get Tizer?
Yeah. Seen it in B&M's. Get anything in B&M's.
Why is it in there? Why is it not? Oh, I don't look for it. But we're talking about fizzy drinks. Do you, any of your guests, have you thought of taking them bottle digging, or is it not something they think they'd enjoy?
Yes, they would, but it's something like it's imagine the size of a football pitch, like I said before. So it's not massive, and it's just a little bit. A little thing for me and my mates, really. I think.
Yeah.
1 second, I'll show you these two amazing things that have come out of it. Just 1 second.
It's got to be his breasts. Definitely his breasts. He's got to show us his breasts. What do you think?
I want to get my bottles now.
I thought you were going to get your breasts. I've got some bottles, but I bought them from a car boot sale. Oh, lovely.
That one, that one there, that is actually a Shropshire one. It's got the stamp on it, and that one has got kind of like a weaving. But I found this one when I was with Dawn. But yeah, that one's a little bit broken on the end. But wow, yes,
fascinating. Yeah. I still like finding the other end of the shrapnel, the parts of the pipe itself as a part of the bowl.
Well, for me, I'm delighted. to find the bowl, you say, or like the maker's mark on the foot, so on the really early ones.
I've actually got a new what do you call it, reconstructed copy of pipe. It's about, well, I can't show it. It's long, and my father-in-law, brother-in-law brought it for me a few Christmases ago, and on Christmas Day we'd all like pretend we were sort of in sort of ancient times, smoking
or Gandalf.
choking. Yeah, well,
at Ironbridge Museum in Shropshire, there is an actual. It's like it closed down in the 1950s, and it's Broseley Pipe Factory, and that's where a lot of the pipes in the UK are from. And when they shut the doors, they left all the moulds, the clay, the fire, everything was there. Now it's a museum that you can walk around and see everything just left as it was, and it's genuinely left as it was. So for me to find those little,
to go to Ironbridge.
Ironbridge.
It's a pipe museum, that is, but it's part of the Ironbridge Gorge Museums, But really good.
I've been threatening to go for a while, but I still haven't got around to it. Luke, could you roll a VT for me, please?
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brad Johns, Hoover Boys. I just wanted to throw a quick video together and give a shout out to Chris Langston. He operates Metal Detecting Holidays, as if you didn't already know. That's why we're all listening to him. It's a great little program that they got put together over there. Just a little feedback. It's not a huge production. It's not intimidating. It's not, it's not hard to get on great finds. You're not going to just pounded out areas over and over again. You're going out in small groups, and it's for serious detectors too. Like it's not for the faint of heart. Like you're detecting all day, sun up, sun down. And I mean, if you're over there to metal detect, say over there, if you're in England to metal detect, that's what you need to do, because that's how you find the good stuff. It just turns on and off. But anyway, I digress. Metal Detecting Holidays, it's a great small production, but it is packed full of value and potential. And I had a phenomenal time with my group. I've only gone one time, and that's not nearly enough times, and I will be back soon. But yeah, that's my 60-second feedback. Is Metal Detecting Holidays is a fantastic, well organized, easy to get a slot for, and have a great time finding some really old pieces of history that obviously us guys in the U.S. don't have even a chance to sniff at. So you get a chance, give them a call, shoot them an email. It is well worth your time. And I'm not just saying that. I'll be back. Thanks. See ya.
Luke, if you could go straight into the next video, please, because it's a follow-up.
P.S. If you are an American, and I guess it applies to any nationality, but specifically Americans, if you are an American and you're over there enjoying yourself, don't start trying to talk like the natives, okay? It's unbecoming, and it makes my butt pucker. I hate it.
So there you go. That was Mr. Somebody from the Hoover Boys, because I missed his name at the start.
That was Brad Johns. So you've got Brad Johns and I've forgotten.
Brad Johns is mate.
Yes, the big guy. Yes, someone's going to start popping up now. Reminds me.
So of all the people who've actually take part in your tours, what would probably be the best find that you've seen, that you've witnessed one of them discover?
On the tours, there's been a few. There's been a Bronze Age spear tip and a socketed axe head, a papal bulla. So yeah, that was really crazy. What else have we had turn up? On the very last tour that we did, there was a I was lucky enough to find one of them. 7 Edward the Confessor pennies turned up in a very small patch in such amazing condition. And to be that far west, it's just unheard of getting Edward the Confessors in this area. And just to have that many this far, I think it's the highest amount found this far west, and definitely in Shropshire. Yeah, and they were in such amazing condition.
How many people have you had in total, did you say, on your land over the years?
So we've had 10 tours, so it's about 3 or 4 a year. So it was 10 tours, about 10 tours, 10 tours. And there's been, on the biggest tour that we had, I would say 6, 7 people, and that was with KG and Ringo. And so in total, just over 50 people on 1,500 acres over 3 years.
So not a lot really compared to a rally for one day or something.
Yeah. So what would be the... Sorry, go on, Chris.
No, you carry on.
No, you first. The impact.
No, the impact that any of the tours have on the land is so minimal, because like half the time they're getting used to the land, and there's so much of it. 50 people. There's more impact on a one-day rally historically since we began.
Yeah. What I was going to say was, what is the process from the booking for an American person visiting your website and booking a holiday? What is the general running order?
Yeah, when we're back up and running, we go onto the website, have a look, or contact through social media. When again, that's back in on Facebook. I'd say the website's probably the best, and just get in touch that way, which is metaldetectingholidays.com, I think it is. Yes. And
so when they've booked and paid the money, and it comes to coming over to the UK, what is the process? Do they have to book their own flights, or do you organise that, etc., etc.?
No, they book their own flights and give them a choice of accommodation of where they want to go. There's only a small handful of people to deal with. And so we take to the field, provide the lunch. It's been a while. I haven't done, the last tour was 2019. So, what are we going on there?
That's
you're trying to help me out. There you go. So that's the sort of thing that we do. Everybody, read it now. Go on.
Sorry, Chris. In regard to lunch, we had Japanese treasure hunters on last week, Americans living in Japan, and I asked the question almost every show: what do you take for a packed lunch when you go detecting? So Dave is obviously cake. Mine's sort of 4 cans of Stella and a pork pie. But what do the Americans, are they fussy eaters, or the people from overseas in Europe? What do you do about packed lunches?
It's mainly Twinkies. Yeah. sorry.
And beef jerky.
Yeah.
And Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Yeah. You stop it, man. This is get you into trouble.
Do you give them like a ploughman's? Do you give them like a ploughman's and they just like look at you like that, or do you sort of give them cheese and pickle sandwiches?
I think if you gave me a ploughman's in the field, I'd look at you like that. But no, it's fruit, sandwiches, with salad on and stuff, beef, ham sandwiches. They're all a little bit that they don't understand why you'd put cheese and ham on a sandwich for some reason. And some of them get really confused by the why we have sandwiches.
Have you actually seen what they put on their sandwich or in the deli places in America? I've seen Man vs. Food. They make some odd concoctions.
Yeah,
generally on
black pudding. Get them on the black pudding.
The blood pudding. So that usually they sort their own breakfasts out and stuff, and then they get which we provide, and then goes in the field. They have that, and then sort out their own evening meal. So they go to get traditional English fare from the pub, or fish and chips from the chippy, or
Yeah. Waffles for breakfast. Yeah, you're
Gotta
right.
meet some
I'm quite proud being British with sandwiches because it is such a British thing that we all forget. Everyone else uses different types of breads. English, nah, just straight, flat as it comes, as white as anything, full of chemicals. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And put cheese and ham in and pickle. But yeah,
The and chocolate bars and biscuits they like. They love our English biscuits. They always go.
so do
What's
we.
not to
So
love?
do we.
I like biscuits.
Dave, can I talk about the sexy pictures?
Which ones?
Chris's ones.
Of course you can. Oh, right, I'm with you. I'm just trying to.
It's looking really scared now. Chris, one of the things that I think stands out on all social media with yourself is your photos of the finds that are found on your holidays. They are absolutely beautiful. They're really lovely photos. Are you a professional photographer or hobbyist?
No. I've got all the kit and the camera and stuff. I use my phone is what I use. I don't use anything else. I went through all the faff of taking the big camera and setting all the shots, but I just use my phone now. I've noted. I used to date a girl that was a photographer, and she got seen by Rankin, so she had some good backing behind her. And so I just basically, she was into flowers and stuff, and I've just used it on coins. So, and I've got my own little sort of thing going on where I know how to do things. And so, yeah, it's just, I'm not a professional, but I suppose I've got a good eye for stuff. I used to design.
Yeah.
So
definitely. Yeah. I mean, what's your Instagram account? Metal Detecting.
At Metal Detecting Holidays. And since 2019, I've just been blogging on that and taking my usual photos, doing some reels, showing a lot of my finds, some of the guest finds. And it's just kept me busy, kept me sane through lockdown, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So, and it's just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. And while I was speaking to Dave, got your name then, at Detecticon, and I was showing, I was flabbergasted and showing off a little bit about the reach that the page was getting over 30 days. It's hitting 1 million accounts over 30 days. And that's, and, just crazy. Yeah. And 32,000 followers now. And it's just constantly growing and growing and growing. Like I say, it's more of a hobby now. So.
Yeah, but they're lovely photos, and I think people forget what Instagram's for. It's posting nice photos in an artistic setting and not like your face.
I thought it was for selling like random bits of things that people were giving for millions of pounds. I thought that's what Instagram was for.
Bitcoin.
Right, Luke, could you share the screen, please? I think I've sussed this out. I have sussed it out. I tried off air. So, Luke, if you could share the screen. If Luke is there. Are you there, Sydney? I got Nugget on anyway. Quick story about Nugget. Oh, where is he? Oh, quick story about Nugget. That's a nice bottle. Detectable 2018. He was with KG and Ringy. Me and Luke were interviewing people, and someone said to me, "Do you want to interview him?" I went, "Why? Who is it?" I didn't know. I don't know YouTubers. I'm not big on YouTubers. I know who he is now. Luke, could you share the screen, please? Here we go. Right, where's the play button?
Hi, I'm Dave's lost long son. I came on the show tonight. No sound, Dave. Dave?
What?
No sound.
Is there not? Oh,
no.
Right. Okay, sorry. That's my fault. Right, start again. That's because I haven't done it for so long. We've had no need to. Right, Luke, can you share the screen with audio, please? I knew what he was saying. I could hear him. Luke, scare the screen again. Here we go.
Y'all, this is Nugget Noggin.
Can you hear him now?
Just want to let y'all know about my trip over to the UK to go metal detecting in England with Metal Detecting Holidays. That's ran by Chris Langston. Spent 10 days over there. It's a really epic adventure. Had a group of friends with me. I think about 8 of us or 9 of us. And anyway, we went metal detecting over the course of a week on some farm fields and all kinds of really old properties. Chris was an amazing host. He walked around like literally 2 miles through the field just to check on us to make sure we had water, snacks, that we were finding. So it was very awesome, Chris. I really appreciate that. And the landscape was amazing. It seemed like every 20 or 30 feet, you'd be detecting and get a good hit, and it'd be one of those King George coppers, a 1700s coin. And over there, they're easy to find. But over here in the United States, where I'm from, it's hard to find a coin from like 1750 or 1770s. You have to work really hard. And so I was actually really surprised that when I was over in England at Metal Detecting Holidays, that I found so many of the 1700s coppers. I probably had 20 or 30 of them before the trip was over. And there was also a lot of hammered silver coins found. I think between the group, we got close to 20. So, and I got one as well. So definitely an awesome experience. I highly recommend it. So if you are in the UK or if you're in another country and you want to visit England and go on a 10-day metal detecting tour or 7-day tour, I'm not sure how long they are now. But if you want to go on a metal detecting tour, I highly recommend Metal Detecting Holidays. Y'all go check them out. Chris Langston will take care of you, and he'll put you on some old sites. You have the possibility to find Roman coins, Celtic, hammered stuff. I mean, pretty much anything from 2021 to 2,000 years ago. So you'll definitely enjoy it. And by the way, y'all, if you haven't checked out my YouTube videos yet, go on over to YouTube and type in Nugget Noggin. I'd really appreciate it.
So that apparently Adrian thinks is my lost son.
Oh, you heard it. You did hear it. Well, you got the same hair. That's the only reason.
I've got no hair.
Oh,
You've seen me. Oh, yeah, I had hair, didn't I, for a bit?
yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
that
And it could have been
episode of
curly.
my life. That. I just want to get him one day and take him out and get him drunk on Mad Dog 2020 and see what happens.
Is that a northern beer?
You're weird.
Anyway, more importantly, in the chat, Gareth Howard has said about Brannigan's crisps. Are they still available? Oh
Yes.
my God, they were brilliant.
Still
They did
get
a
'em.
mustard one, and it used to
B&M's.
yeah,
Beef and mustard.
B&M.
B&M's, beef and mustard. And also Roysters.
Phileas Fogg.
That's the one, Phileas Fogg. That was my favourite crisps. I love. Where have they all gone? Where have they all gone?
Roysters steak.
Yeah,
They were at work with Doritos.
yeah. Where's all the crisps gone? It's Walkers everywhere now, isn't it?
Fish and chips.
Oh, I'd still buy them. Love them. It's my
Walker's
favourite
salt
snack.
and shake. Smith's
Yeah,
salt and shake.
I like them. Oh God, I'm hungry.
Especially without the salt. Throw the salt away. Just eat them.
I used to eat the salt with the paper when I was younger. I didn't know. They didn't put it on the front of the packaging, so how did I know?
That must be a southern thing, obviously.
I reckon.
Yeah. Chris, what's the best find that someone has found and gone ecstatic in the field? Has anyone gone like
Really
crazy?
lost his shit.
Like, yeah, proper gone off on one.
I would say Tim Saylor found in Shropshire, the capital of Shropshire is Shrewsbury, you decide. And the big famous family, if you like, from Shrewsbury, I'll call it, is the Hill family. And there's a big monument to the Hill Monument, Road Hill, big battle, Nelson sort of figure. And Ringy, ringmaster, found a gold enamelled ring from 1744 that belonged to Sarah Hill from the Hill family. So, and that
Wow.
he lost his there's another group.
Chris,
Another Chris.
Oh, that's a good one, actually, Dave. We could use crisps in the show, crisp brands.
Ooh, subliminal
Golden
crisp
Wonder.
subliminal crisp messaging.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Scampi fried.
that'd be really.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
really
like-
hungry now talking about crisps because
really
you're
like
right. I love crisps.
French fried about it.
I don't like French fries. Too much faff to eat. You have to get a lot of them in your mouth before you get any.
I can't eat what's-its. Despise what's-it. Do you know what I do like? You know the big party ones with like mixed shells and sour cream flavour. You know what I'm about?
I call it the holiday crisp.
What was that?
I call it that is my favourite. The holiday crisps, I call it. We buy them when we're abroad. They seem to have them in France and Cyprus and Spain. They have those all over the place. It's like tubes and shells and squares.
That's the one.
And, oh God!
I can see a video coming up. What's the favourite crisp?
Sad, isn't it? We got Chris on, and we're talking about crisps.
Rodney
Chris,
Cook video. Sorry, Chris. Chris, I mean. Chris.
Dawn started it.
Yeah, it's the real McCoy. I'm waiting for it.
I'll tell you what I've got here. Wait there.
Yes, good crisps. Yeah, very good crisps. God, bloody hell.
I might have a pack.
Yeah. Chris, moving away from crisps, what got you into metal detecting? How old were you, and what was your first machine out of interest?
My friends, I used to do a magazine with a history section and was doing lots of research historically. They said to me, come detecting. I said, no. I tried it. Then I got hooked. And it was a Euroace was my first machine.
Right.
And yeah, I found loads. It was just fantastic with a big Mars coil on it, like a 11 by 12 or something like that.
That was your first machine?
Yeah. So, and then I got a pro. Then I got a pro. Oh.
Luke, can we go over to the Diggers Dips prize draw, please, young man? Oh, he's doing it straight away. Oh, there. Can you see it?
How many people?
36. First prize this week is a Britain's First Coins book. Second prize is a cleaning pencil from the cleaningpencil.com. And third prize is 5 Diggers Dips tokens. Very good book. We've had this one before, haven't we? We spoke about this.
I've got that just
by
over
Chris
there.
Rudd. I've got it somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where anything is anymore. Just piles of things.
The Norfolk Wolf metal detecting book is a very good one to put in the prize draw. Hint, hint. Bless him, he passed away.
Because then you'll join it.
No, I've got it. It's one of my favourite books. But it's really good.
Right, so draw starting now. Chris, a number between 1 and 36, if you will.
27.
Adrian.
3.
2.
It'll be 52.
573.
Oh. 19.
14. Play along at home. Oh, it's 14. Andy Ops wins Britain's First Coins book. Chris, number between 1 and 36 book.
19.
Adrian.
31.
27. Oh, we're all close.
Oh God, Kerry Fuller's talking about frazzles. It's oh God, I've got some in the kitchen. I'm going to have them tonight.
Can't be doing. It's a 2. Can't be doing with frazzles. What else have I got here? Oh, I've got. Oh, I like them.
Frazzles.
Oh, I've got right. You like the number 28, which is Geordie Dig Gal. So congratulations,
well done.
You've won the cleaning pencil. Check these. These are from Costco. Can you see them?
I've had them. Yeah, they're not a crisp,
Indonesian crackers.
They're continental crisp. They don't count. Are you in the kitchen or are you getting it from under your bed?
Crisp in the office. Kettle crisps.
I'm not. No, a lot of fat, a lot of mastication required for those type of crisps.
Of what?
Mastication.
Oh, right. 19.
18.
12. I can't even pronounce that. So third prize for the 5 Diggers Dips token
Swizzle.
goes to Slizzle.
Swizzle.
So first prize and the ops will get the Britain's first coin book. Second prize, Geordie Dig Golf, the cleaning pencil, and third prize, Slizzle for the 5 Diggers Dips tokens. Congratulations to all. You'll be contacted in a usual manner, and thank you to Diggers Dips and to Cleaning Pencil too. Thank you, Graham. So there you go. Prize draw's done. Right, I'm going to line up at the next video. I like this one. I've kept this one till last. Luke, roll VT. Please. He has got, he said to me, it's been going on a few weeks. They've been digging up all the roads in Eastbourne. And while he's been away, when we had that inadvertent moment last week when I had to run the show, his son's been having issues at home, obviously, with his internet and whatnot. So I think he's still not great shakes down in Eastbourne at the moment. Luke, roll VT.
Can I ask
Best one.
Quick question for Chris whilst we're waiting. Chris, can English people book holidays with you?
They can, but I'd always say it's probably better to go to a rally because it's it's so much more cost effective. And if they can learn that way, then let's work out a lot cheaper. It's I would say yes, they can, but I would always recommend going to a rally.
Well, Chris, I don't want to come metal detecting with you. I want to come bottle digging with you. I want to cut my legs in rabbit holes and stuff like that, and bring nice crisps.
Do you take your guests to the pub and bring them home, or do they have to find their own way?
They have to find their own way.
Oh, I was going to book. That's all. I quite like the idea.
Adrian was going to book in.
Yeah, I quite like the way of just sitting in a field all day, being fed Twixes and cheese and ham sandwiches, and then being taken to the pub and brought home.
Just come up with a great business idea there, mate.
What, food detecting?
No.
Oh.
Pay people to do that for you, just generally. Don't tell Mrs. Gaylor, obviously.
What, to go? I'm lost here.
Feed you in a field and then take you to the pub and drive you home.
Yeah, that'd be quite good.
I've still not been to the pub since they've opened.
I have.
Yeah, you were there with Denise Van Houten's boyfriend, weren't you?
Yeah. Not personally.
Here we go.
I like to metal detect. Just one time at metal detecting holidays, I went metal detecting with my friend Chris. He's real nice. We found metal things in the ground like coins. Some of the coins I found was silver. Then I found a Pope Pius II papal seal from the Vatican. That was real old and it was made out of lead, and we put it in the museum. Then I found a gold-plated Georgian religious statue. That made me real happy. Then I found a 900 BC Bronze Age axe head. I think that was pretty old too. Then I found another thing made of lead. At first I thought it was a pencil holder made by a small child, but no, it turns out that it was a medieval inkwell, quite rare and valuable. Yes, indeed. Then I found a solid gold ring from 1744 that was featured in a TV show because it was so historical and such. You can see that episode on diggingtv.com anytime you like. That's diggingtv.com, in case you didn't understand me the first time. The episode's called The Golden Ring. Got a little thunder and lightning here in the area. Could be a little bit dangerous. Might have to take cover and put out a couple of pots and pans to catch all the water coming through the roof. You know what I'm saying. I like gold coins and I like gold rings. I guess that's why the guys in the metal detecting club call me the ringmaster.
Should have called you the dork.
Fantastic video.
I've got to get someone in the team.
Oh yes. Thank
That's
you
a beautiful ring.
It is. Thank you to Nugget Noggin, to Dawn, to Tim, and to Brad from the Hoover Boys for all the videos tonight. Much appreciated.
Thanks, guys.
Now, Chris, he's just messaged me that his battery is on the low, so we'll be ending shortly anyway, young man. But before we do end, let's get you plugging all that you want to plug, especially Instagram, because that is something that people should. And then obviously you can bring that to Just Detect as well and put them up on there. Look sexy on there too. See what I've done?
Yeah, shameless. Just if you want to see sexy pictures of coins rather than scantily clad ladies, then follow Metal Detecting Holidays. I'm on my own on the screen now, and it's really weird. So Metal Detecting Holidays on Instagram. And thanks for having me on. And that's better. Ooh, I feel like
it's great to have you, Chris. And you're more than welcome anytime. We can even do something when you are back up and running properly. I can come down and we could do some form of field report and talk to the people who are actually there with you, and get some decent feedback that way as well. Potentially, that's a nice hat, Adrian.
Crisp report we could do. Crisp.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about, as well as having your Instagram for Metal Detecting Holiday, have one crisp Langston and do just pictures of packets of crisps in sexy positions, painting them like them French ladies.
Chris, are you going to be at Rodney Cook or Detectable?
Yes, I'll be at both of those. So I'll catch up with you guys there. And
you certainly will.
Yeah.
And speaking of Rodney Cook, me and Adrian and Luke have been in lots of different meetings this week with each other. And I've got to say that issue 8 of the printed version of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine, which will be available at Rodney Cook, and number 9 at Detectable, looks just as sexy as Chris's photographs on Instagram. Yeah, absolutely. Young Mr. Gaylor's played the blinder, and there's something in there that I don't think I've seen any other magazine of its type do as yet. But it's quite novel, and it's I'm very, very thankful of Adrian to doing that, because it's give us something different and new, which is meant.
Well, we give that magazine away for free, so hopefully the articles this month and the bits and bobs in there people appreciate, and more importantly, it's in memory of Rodney Cook, which is all sold out of the rally. But the one-day event is still available. If you go to rodneycookmemorial.co.uk, they've got a one-day detecting event, and they've still got tickets available. So if you go there or look on the Facebook page, you can buy a ticket online. It's really easy, and I think it's 20 quid or something. And that's going to be quite interesting, very interesting as well. And all the money goes to a good cause. That's what it's all about.
I have one more thing that I'd like to mention as well tonight before we go.
Not your bottom.
Otis Arms, Digger Dog, sadly passed away this week. You remember him from the show. We had a little video of him running around with his back legs in a wheelchair type thing. Loving it. Chasing, well, he was carrying his spade for him, wasn't he? So sadly, Digger Dog has passed away this week.
Poor bloke. I lost my dog last year, didn't I? And that's like bad. Well, I lost my dad as well, but me dog. Me dog.
I didn't mean to laugh, but I couldn't help it.
What comes first, your dad or your dog? But,
that was your fault.
No, I love my dad, but your dog. You see your dog every day, and it's like a child, really. And have you got a dog, Chris?
No, I've had a dog, and I said I'd never have another one because I was so broken when he went. So
Yeah, it's horrible, but never mind.
And
Your dog's not well.
one last question, Chris. When cooking at home on your stove, what is your favourite hob position of the 4?
Back left.
See, I knew I liked Chris.
Research.
I knew I liked him.
Have you got gas or electric, Chris?
Electric. Yeah. I find it steadier.
You're doing so well, mate. So well.
Halogen
So
hob.
you got variable heat hobs, so they all deliver the same amount of heat.
Yeah. It's like a ceramic hob, you know.
Anyway.
I haven't got soft closure for it.
Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure. Look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks in the flesh again. And we'll obviously catch up then. And next week we have Mark and Karen Becker from Detectable. It's our prelude to Detectable. So you can learn all about that event, what's coming up. Obviously, we've done it for Rodney Cook a couple of weeks ago. So I've asked them to come on to do it for Detectable in a couple of weeks. So they'll be on next week. And don't forget to log on to download, join the Just Detect app. In the top right corner, press the little prize logo, which will take you to the draw entry for their next week's draw, which includes a simplex and a pinpointer. There it is. XP pointer. Just find that on the Apple or Google, and you'll be able to find that little prize there as well. So, again, thank you to all tonight. Thank you to Diggers Dips. Thank you, obviously, to Just Detect for allowing us to, or inviting us to do that tonight. Thank you to you all in watching, especially to Luke and Laura, who work so hard behind the scenes, to Mr. Gaylor, and obviously to Mr. Langston. Absolute pleasure. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.